Hey, welcome back to week 3 of Soul Food Sundays. Hey, check it out. Listen, you read the title, you know what I'm doing. I'm doing, a Southern style smothered pork chop. This right here is gonna cry for some rice, smothered in rice, or better yet, even some mashed potatoes. Hey, listen, but this is what I'm bringing to the YouTube, virtual potluck. Don't forget, this is done with another channel, Soul Food Cooking. Listen, I'm gonna put their information. There's their banner. The information will be there. It's down in the description box below. Go by, check them out after you finish watching this video, and let's just see what they bring it to the table. And listen, I'm not gonna over talk it. We finna get right into these ingredients. And look, it's super easy to make. You know what? My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Because listen, you're going to hear this several times in this video. This here is my #1 go-to all-time favorite. Smothered pork chops. Hey, let's get it. Okay, starting off, let's look at the star. These are custom cut from my butcher, my local butcher right there. Those are 1-inch cut, chops, with the bone in. Then I got 3 slices of bacon. Listen, you guys are gonna find out what that bacon is for. Just hold tight. I got flour, J.O. That's that J.O. #2. That's my go-to. I started my channel with that right there, folks. And listen, that oil right there. Listen, I put 2 tablespoons of oil in there. That's just in case you need it. That's just in case your bacon doesn't render enough fat. And then there we go. Okay, you saw garlic powder, and now that's the chicken broth. Low sodium, black pepper. It says to taste, but listen, you just gotta know how much it is. I kind of just know how much I would like to put in there. So going ahead and starting to set up everything and get my station together. That's where you saw that plate. You want to go ahead and you want to start. This is what I do. If you want to have great tasting, hands down the best pork chops. Listen, you want to season your meat first. Listen, it's okay. You season that meat, and then you're gonna flip it over. Then you're gonna repeat. That's what we're gonna do. And then the extra, we're gonna go ahead and add that. Look at there. We're gonna go ahead and just add that to the flour. So listen, we seasoning the meat and we season the flour. Hey, hold on. You guys gonna find out. Hey, this is gonna be enough. You gotta learn how to and that's what you're watching these videos for. It's just to learn how to season your meat, season your flour, for that great tasting, just pork chop. All right. So look, now you can see I got a whisk. Notice how I'm using the whisk. I'm turning it back and forth, kind of listen, I'm lifting it up, lifting the flour up with the seasoning. You know what I mean? Just rotating. And then I'm rotating the saucer. You can do it however you want to do it, but this right here works for me, and I don't get a lot of flour on my counter. Next thing, I grab my pepper. You know what? Like I said earlier, I just know about how much pepper I like to see, in there. I can just tell by the, the flakes inside of the flour, that it's just about right. Listen, you guys got to learn to start using that pepper, that black pepper, man. That enhances it also, just the same as just salt. So after you finish seasoning your flour, listen, I went ahead and got my oil together. I'm about to bring that up to temperature. What you see is I just put it in there, and I'm using a low edge, pan. You can use whatever you want to. So now, as I was doing that, listen, giving it time for my pork chops to absorb some of those seasonings. Now I go ahead and just hit it, and put them in the flour. Hey, real basic. But listen, the taste at the end is just gonna be outstanding. And I guess really I could say this is really for all of the new people that's new to cooking. This is it right here. So listen, you do that front and back, hit the edges, go ahead and set it. I like to set it on a bacon rack like you just saw right there. Put it on there, let it sit up, and then we want to make sure this comes up to temp. That came up to 365 degrees, and the reason it was so high was when you add these thick, chops, it's gonna bring the cooking temperature down. I like to fry my pork chops anywhere between 330 degrees to 350. So listen, put them in there. After now these are some thick chops, so I'm gonna say somewhere right around 5 or 6 minutes. You want to take a look at them and make sure they don't turn too brown on you. Then you can just flip them over. Listen, we're not trying to cook them all the way, because listen, these are smothered pork chops. We're gonna do something with them after we get this brown, this nice crust on the on the outside. So right now we just cooking that flour, giving it just like a general rough cook, about I'm gonna say about 5 minutes on each side. And then after that, you drain, shake it, and go ahead and put it back on the rack. And then we're gonna get rid of this oil right here. Once we get rid of this oil, this right here, hey, listen, when I tell you, hey, it's finna get hot for you, check this out. Listen, after that's clean out your pan. Now we come in. Remember those 3 slices? Now we gonna get that bacon. You know what we gonna do? We finna render down some of that fat. That's what it's about right there. You know what? That's the flavor. And as you can see, look at it in the pan right there. Ah, yeah, it's working out. Now look, I'm gonna cook this bacon. I'm gonna cook it down. It's gonna end up being a little crispy. But my ultimate goal is to get as much fat off of these 3 slices as possible. So just go ahead. Once you got them ready, take them out. Make sure you kind of just shake them, because you want to keep all of the bacon grease inside your pan, because this is where the magic is getting ready to happen. Now, once we remove it and we done cooking cooking our bacon, go ahead, remove that from the pot. You want to keep that grease nice and hot, because now is the time for those of you guys that want to have onion. I took a large onion, chopped it down like a rough chop, and then it was time for me to just add that to it. Be careful, because it's hot. Onions have water in it and it can splash. So if you notice, I'm kind of throwing it away from me. That way I don't catch any splash from no hot grease, no hot bacon oil. So now look at this right here. You see it starting to turn brown. It's picking up all that flavor from the pan, and it's on its way to becoming translucent. That's the word, you guys, translucent. Now listen, we're not making no burgers, so I'm not going to cook it all the way down and caramelize these, because listen, we're going to add that to our gravy. So you see I'm shaking it off, because we want to leave a little bit of that onion flavor, that bacon, that bacon grease. And then what we going to do is, you remember that we started off with that seasoned flour. We're going to take 2 tablespoons and add that to it. And now we getting ready to make some magic. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Once you get your whisk, some people do it old school. My grandmama did. She used a fork, but I'm using a whisk right here. You want to continuously, keep whisking that flour. You don't want it to burn on you, and you can see the color changing. And you want to cook some of that flour taste out of it. But believe me, it's absorbing that onion and that bacon flavor, and that's, I can't say it enough. Now, you see that right there? That's that chicken broth. Some people make theirs with water. I'm gonna show you how they do it down south and make it southern style. Look, that's that chicken broth. Go ahead. Once you start adding that, slowly, keep whisking. You can see it kind of it tries to lump up, but as long as you keep it moving, it's gonna become silky smooth. We just gonna keep working with it. That's the first cup, because we're gonna have 2 cups. Go ahead, fill up another one, or if you got a Pyrex, measuring cup, if you got a 2 cup, that's even better. But you can see, look, it's cooking down. You see that simmer, them bubbles on the edge right there? I know y'all watching this right now. You probably saying because I sure am, watching it. Now, got my other cup. I'm just, there it go. Listen, the longer you cook it and keep it under that heat, it will thicken up. And the reason I'm showing this without doing no cut scenes and nothing like that is because I want you guys to see just how easy it is to do. You know what is, some of us, including myself, was scared of gravy. You know what I mean? But listen, I got it. It's really, really easy to master. It's all in the seasoning and the action in your wrist by keeping that whisk moving. As you can see right there, listen, that right there is just, I can't even say enough. And listen, I'm gonna keep it going like that, and then you can just watch. As you look at it, it's thickening up now, because I still got it underneath that medium. That's more like a medium low heat. You don't want to have it boiling over and cook it too fast. After you got the consistency, you don't want it to be too thick. Then you come back with them onions. Once you add them onions in there, you guys let me know down in the comment section below. Tell me right here when you saw them onions go in that gravy and me stirring it around. Tell me what you thought about that. So anyway, this is really going out to all the people that, you know what I mean? Like I say, this kind of has a little taboo on it, as far as making the gravy. And then go ahead and just add your pork chops, and the rest, you can just figure it out. That's it right there. Now listen, if you got a pan that you got a lid for, you can cook these, and you want to get an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. That right there will make sure that it almost guarantees that you'll have, I'm talking about a moist, super tasteful, smothered pork chop. So like I said, if you have a cover, even if you have to use foil, but if you got a cover for your pan, go ahead and let it simmer and let it cook till you reach your internal temperature of 145 degrees. And that there are smothered pork chops. Tell me down below. Tell me what you think. And this is my entry for Soul Food Sunday, week 3. So now you guys know just how easy it is to make smothered pork chops. Listen, you know what? I was in the store and I was thinking I'm gonna get some mushrooms, and then I forgot them. But once you start caramelizing and looking at it, you know what? It was screaming to add some mushrooms to it also. So just super easy. Right now my mouth is getting watery. You know what? I'm getting ready to go ahead and cut me some. We finna taste it, and, you know, check it out. But these are some thick chops, you guys. You know, so check it out. Let me get a little bit of this gravy. There you go right there. Hope you guys can see that. If you guys didn't know, excuse me, smothered pork chops are my favorite, hands down. Prefer this over even steak. How it's like. You know what? Me talking about it is not gonna do it no justice. You guys, you know what, just follow this. This is my entry for week 3 of Soul Food Sunday. Don't forget, after you watch this video, you gotta go by and check out Soul Food Cooking and see what they bring to the table. I like to be surprised, you know? So I don't ask what it is, you know what? For this virtual YouTube potluck, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bring these smothered pork chops. Hopefully they bring some kind of side dish, or you know what? Whatever they bring, I can promise you it's gonna be A1. You guys, don't forget, go by and check them out. I'm gonna leave a link to their channel and to their video down in the description box below. Hey, with that being said, you guys, you know, if you're new to my channel, you know what? Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video and let everybody know it's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. Hey, with that being said, you guys, I'm out.